Welcome to One Question at a Time, the SAT series. Question number 84. A statistics class investigated the cost of cheesecakes at different bakeries around town, given that P of X was the cost in dollars of a cheesecake with diameter X. The functions that best fit the data collected by the class was P of X equal 1/2 x squared minus 5x plus 20. According to this model, what was the least amount in dollars that a town resident could pay for a cheesecake? So to understand these questions, we have to understand what given. So we have the functions P of X is the cost, okay? It's the cost in dollars. And then X is the diameters. So they're asking what is the minimum least amount in dollars, minimum in P of X. So what is the diameter of the cheesecake that will given the price is the least amount. So in this case, they don't ask for like what X, but we know that to find the dependent value is the cost. It depends on the diameter of the cheesecake. So the cost is depend on that. So that's why we have to find the X. Okay. First of all, to understand the problem, we need to read them and understand. But in math, to solve for this problem, we don't need much of information. We only need a few informations. Okay, first, we see this one. Okay, the second, we see that the least amount. And we know what they're asking. Okay, so that's the keywords. Why I said that? Because to understand the problem, we have to read everything, right? But to solve for this problem, we only need some of the informations. And what we use in this question is, we see that this is the given informations. What they ask is the minimum, right? And what we try to find is the K. So we have to find the vertex. To find the vertex, with the general form, we use this formula, and then we're done. We don't have to understand what the problem asking, but right here, we see that it's like the fast way to solve a problem. And we know that P of X, the unit is dollar. They're asking for the dollars. So it means they're asking for the minimum of a piece of X. So they're asking for the piece of X minimum, min. And this is because you see this is quadratic functions. So quadratic functions, so that you know it will be, you have to find the vertex is comma K, and this one is the K. Okay, so let's solve for this problem quickly. We will set up, right? We have P of X that equal 1/2 x squared minus 5x plus 20. So as we see that we have 1/2 that is the least coefficient of the x squared term, and the least coefficient of the x squared term is positive, so mean a in this case ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so a in this case is 1/2, is a positive. Where I write down, I have to show you, but when you're looking at a problem, you will see it right away. You don't have to write that down, right? So you know it will be concave up, because a is positive, a is 1/2, is greater than 0. So we will have is concave up, and the minimum or the lowest point is the vertex. Okay, now we use this one to find x, where we have the minimum of a piece of x. So let's plug in. So the vertex h is equal to minus b. B is -5. So the minus b is -5, okay, over 2 times 1/2. Okay, so let me explain this one. It's easy to make a mistake. This is b, this is a. Remember, the negative interference is from the formulas. It's from the formulas. Don't mess it up with the negative from the b value. Okay, so let's continue. We will have 2 times 1/2 at the bottom is 1. Okay, that 2 negative combined is not combined but multiplications, that make it positive 5 over 1, h equal 5. Now after we find h equal 5, we plug in p of 5. So it's 1/2 x is 5 squared minus 5 times x is 5 plus 20. Like I said, I always put x inside the parentheses so that I can track, is that I plug in right, is that I forgot anything. Okay, because right here h is x value. Okay, so we calculate this one. We have 5 squared is 25 over 2 minus 25 at 20. Okay, now this one, we will take the easy calculation first. So negative 25 at 20, that gives you minus 5. Okay, 25 divided by 2 is 12.5. So 12.5 minus 5, take 12, subtract 5, right? The remaining 0.5, of course, will be there, because it will have 0 here. So 12 minus 5 is 7. So $7.5, because that's what they're asking. So the right answer in this case is $7.5. In some question, we can use the calculator as well. Don't forget to use your calculator if it allows you to use it, okay, to save time. In this case, I just want to show you how we can handle it without calculators. But with calculator, of course, you will save your time. And also, if we know that we even don't have to solve all the work, right? Use your calculators and then trace. We know that it will be something look like that, and you trace. Okay, due to the fact that you can trace for the vertex. So with the diameters, x equal 5, okay, This one, they didn't say anything about, they just say a diameter of the diameter x, but they not say in what unit. We can say this one in inch, or maybe it's like in centimeters or something. But they didn't say anything. That's why we don't care. Well, you see that. So it's not really in the mathematics to solve for a problem. We have to understand it, but to solve for a problem, sometimes it's typo, sometimes it's not like really clear. We still can solve for it and then decide later what it should be. Okay, so let's say this is 5-inch cheesecake will be have the minimum cost of $7.5. That is how we understand the problem. But actually, we just need to find the y value of the vertex for this quadratic function, and then we're done with our job for calculations. Thank you for participating in this series, and see you next time.